So Miss Anita Grayson's passing has a lot of people in an uproar. I do understand why people could be in an uproar, but when the details have been provided from Fort Wayne, Indiana police, it's giving it was self-defense, and she had a right to defend herself, especially the way Miss Anita came in there and, you know, went at her. She had a right to defend herself. Now, this happened on May 13th at 8 o'clock in the morning at Tim Hortons on Ice Way in Fort Wayne, Indiana. She had ordered something through drive-thru, and her order seems to have been, you know, not correct, and that's what prompted her to come inside of the actual establishment. Now, once she got inside, that was around 8:09 per the clock, and she came in ready to yell at them. So that is exactly what she did. She starts yelling at them, and the person that she originally started yelling at was a 17-year-old employee. And so then a 20-year-old shift leader kind of stepped in like, hey, I'm a shift leader, let's try and, you know, figure out what's going on so we can, you know, see how to fix things. And it just kind of escalated from there. And then the 20-year-old tried to like step in between her because she was still trying to yell at the 17-year-old, and the 20-year-old kind of like jumps in the way, and she reaches around her to try and get to the 17-year-old and ends up hitting them with her ring finger and on the left side of their nose. And so they're like, hold up, wait a minute. And so that ends up becoming a fight. The 20-year-old is trying to remove themselves from the situation, but they are unable to because she is, you know, swinging at her. And then she eventually grabs her hair and pulls her to the ground where she was. And that, of course, ensued a tussle because the 20-year-old is trying to defend themselves, and she's fighting with the 20-year-old. So two other employees come from behind that counter to try and get the, you know, the shift lead off of her, because she's pulling on hair and all of that jazz. The 20-year-old did have scratches and stuff on her face and on her hands because she reached for her face as well. So she has defensive wounds, and she was trying to get away from said situation. Now, once they finally get, you know, away from her and back behind the counter, they, of course, are back there trying to calm down. She does eventually get up and